Well, imagine there's plenty of uproar over today's ruling by the Supreme Court, and locally pro-choice advocates are getting together outside the federal courthouse in downtown Detroit. That's where we find Fox News' Hillary Goldston. And Hillary, I'm sure there's a lot of fervor, a lot of energy outside where you're standing right now.
Yeah, a lot of fervor, a lot of ardent positions here. Many people who feel very strongly about having the right to an abortion and having issues, of course, with the High Court's decision on Roe versus Wade, essentially vacating that decision and kicking it back to the states. Now, this particular group, I want to give you a look at them, organized by the Michigan Coalition for Reproductive Liberation, right outside the federal courthouse. You can see, by my estimate, maybe between 100, 200 people already organized. But we are expecting even more than came out here after the leaked draft decision of Roe versus Wade. And the group assembled is completely peaceful. They've been chanting. We are expecting to hear from speakers, pro-choice organizations, unions, who will talk about the implications of that Supreme Court decision. We met some of the organizers with Michigan Coalition for Reproductive Liberation just moments ago, and we had a chance to speak with them before this got underway, listen to their take about this momentous and really huge decision.
We had several demonstrations from 400 to 1,000 people. So that will happen again. Why? Because people who are pregnant believe we have human rights. And we believe that we should be considered in the Constitution.
I see as what happened with the Supreme Court as a dreadful overturning of women's access to a particular form of health care.
All right, so this group after the rally is expected to take to the streets demanding free, safe, legal, and to be clear, this particular group asking for, quote, abortion on demand, even past the point of fetal viability. The group has concerns about the injunction against the 1931 abortion law being enough to secure access to abortion in the state. We also had a chance to speak with Aaron Mercino, who is the chief of Supreme Court and appellate practice at the Thomas More Law Center, about the High Court's decision. Mercino, who is a pro-life legal advocate and who understands the complexities and legal nuance on Roe and abortion rights, has this opinion about the decision to vacate Roe versus Wade.
There was no right to abortion in the United States Constitution. And it was always found on this penumbra, that's the word from Roe, which means the bright spot of a shadow. So it wasn't something that was in the text of the Constitution. It was always this sort of theory that was kind of puzzled together. At the heart of this whole issue is, what is the value of human life? And do we have the decision to say that someone else is not going to be able to have human life?
All right, so we also, of course, are going to be monitoring what is going on with this protest. And as you can see, there is a pretty significant police presence. We have reached out to the Department of Justice, who is coordinating the federal marshals who are in charge of security here. We've also reached out to Detroit police to see what they're doing. Again, it's very important for us to note that things have remained entirely peaceful here, just folks rallying, and we expect them to take to the streets and walk through the streets. Unclear on which direction they will be taking, but of course we'll be following all that. Also coming up at 6 o'clock, we talk about the 14th Amendment and what some critics of the decision say could be a cascading effect on other rights afforded under due process in our Constitution. So we'll be unpacking all of that coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. For now, we're live in downtown Detroit. I'm Hillary Goldston, Fox 2 News.